Good morning, everyone. Time and again, we get a lot of questions related to, deployments, how they work on TradeTron, and how does it, become different across brokers? What is the slippage across brokers? It is very important that we talk about it and we explain to people how it works, how TradeTron works first of all, and then how deployment to deployment the differences are, and why they are, and how, or if there's nothing to solve it. Whenever you deploy a strategy on TradeTron, SID is generated, which is basically an instance on a particular server on TradeTron. What does this mean is basically that instance is where a strategy is executed. In TradeTron, what happens is each and every instance works independently. What does that mean is that all the conditions will be checked independently for that particular instance. And let's say if there's some stop loss or some target being hit for that instance, it will execute independently of any other instance. This really helps for people, when they want to deploy in between, they want to pause in between. So this gives them the flexibility. But at the same time, what this does is that also there would be different times when different instances are run, and that will create some sort of a small P&L difference. Well, we'll just look into a couple of deployments, or I mean, we'll go through a lot of deployments. Let's put it this way. This is one of my deployments. This is one of my oldest deployments. This is the entry time that you saw, and then there's a 11-second lag in the second leg. Now this happens with TradeTron. What happens is first an order is generated, it goes to the broker. Broker confirms it, it comes back, and it again executes the same order, so the second set of the order. So the second set is executed basis the conditions fulfilling, and that's how this thing happens. We saw 11 seconds over here. Here we will see probably a different time. This is 8 seconds. Similarly, we will go into a couple of other deployments. This is a Finvicia deployment again. It was faster, 8 seconds, 5 seconds. Now the time difference is the time that TradeTron is taking. This is 5-second difference. This is the time that TradeTron is taking to calculate. It is not the broker. It is a TradeTron time because the confirmation happens within 1 second for most of the brokers. 6 seconds here, uh, you know, and then you will see 4 seconds here. So we saw from three deployments, from 6, 5 seconds, 8 seconds, again 8 seconds and 11 seconds. So these are the differences that we have seen in these deployments. And again, this will be across different brokers. You see Zerodha, you see, Finvicia, you will see, other brokers, you will have similar thing. Now, what we, we try and educate to people is that this differences will always be there unless you've got live offline. In this case, there is no slippage, so the confirmation happens instantly, and that is why live offline doesn't mean anything. This is a 3 second gap, so you can just imagine. We would not have seen a 3 second gap in anything live, but in live offline, you would see that 3 second gap being consistent. So live offline doesn't have any significance in trying to tell you, if a strategy is working or not. We look into the different kind of data that is available, right? So we'll see, let's say, composite edge, 2.95. We saw 2.88 over there, 2.96. This is a deployment probably that was, managed manually or deployed a bit later. This is 2.97. This is 2.35. Now, the idea behind this is that whenever you see this kind of deployments, probably people feel that okay, this broker is doing well, this broker is not doing well. This is someone is getting 3.08 on this broker, 3.1, 3%. This is not entirely as per the broker. Within the broker as well, you can see this if this got 3%. Why did this get 3%? You see the execution time here. 4 seconds, but still, it got 3%. Why? It's because of the slippage that is inherent, while we are placing the order when you're placing the market order. Now, this number would be different across different brokers. There'll be IFL. We saw 3%, more than 3%. Now again, it is back to 2.96. Is it a huge difference in terms of timing? No, execution is within 4 seconds, and still we see 2.96. This execution is probably again at 5 seconds, 2.80. So this is entirely which is related to the slippages that we have. Execution time, yes, it is a factor, but it is more dependent upon TradeTron as a platform than anything else. We see Kotak, 3%. Why 3%? Again, when you go and check this out, 4 second, even if it is a 5 second, so it's 8 seconds now here, and then 6 seconds, 8 seconds. This is a deployment that was paused in between, so we'll not consider that. Let's go to ICICI Direct, 2.89. What was the issue here? 4 seconds. So see, one of the things that you see that so there's a 16-second delay in execution. Um, I don't know. People will want to blame whom. It was 16 seconds. Now here it is 8 seconds. You can blame the broker. That's probably one of the easiest things to do. But if you understand how TradeTron works, probably that would explain you quite a few things. We've seen this deployment already. This one as well. Let's see this deployment. This is run 2.94. So it almost executed at the same time, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. So again, very close to what we saw some of the deployments with 3%. But then again, you see, this is because of the slippage on the market orders, and then you cannot blame anything on this. This will happen. This got executed probably one of the fastest executions. I've not seen 2 seconds in any of the deployments right now. And then again, this is within 7 seconds. So this is quite fast. The execution was quite fast, but then TradeTron or the calculation took some more time. Again, about this took about 11 seconds. Now, did this why does Finvicia take 11 seconds? It is not Finvicia in particular. Again, to be very clear, it is both. The connection between both. At times, it takes time to, the information gets queued up, and that would delay things as well. 2.96 in this Finvicia deployment, 2.89, 2.90, 2.88, 3.03. Now, this is live offline, so we will not consider this again. This is live auto. You know, one of the deployments we saw again executing at 2 seconds, now at 9 seconds. So the differences that we see here are primarily because of TradeTron and how TradeTron works, because different instances are working differently. This one has 3.03, 2.89, 2.91, 3.01. So this variation happens. The more the sample size, the more variation would be there. So someone would say why IFL is probably it is performing better. I'm not sure, but I don't have much data. What I have data is that across deployments now you can see how many pages of Finvicia deployments that we have. 5, 6. Each page has got 10 deployments. So we're talking about 60 deployments across 52 deployments, and then across 5 deployments or 10 deployments. There will be, of course, a huge difference, and that is primarily because of how TradeTron works. And that's what what we wanted to clear. Whatever broker you choose, it's up to you. But what is important to have is that this understanding that even with a broker like your let's say so-called fast brokers like IFL as well, you can have from 3.1 to 2.80 variation, and that has nothing to do with the broker. Honestly, it's not IFL's fault that this is 2.8 while the others were 2.88 or 2.9. It is entirely how TradeTron and this integration works. So that's it. We wanted to give a flavor with an understanding of how this works. I hope this clears quite a few doubts that you might have. Anything else you have, we'll be happy to talk about and discuss and then help you out with it. Thank you.